everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is a beautifully sunny day, so I'm going to be heading out for a run in Lee Woods, one of our local woods. We are so lucky here in Bristol to have access to such beautiful green spaces so close to the city, so I'm very much hoping to make the most of that. Plus, we have so much building work going on at the moment and I need to get out of the house. Honestly, like, I can't do any work. I don't know if you guys are the same as me. I genuinely like use running as an excuse to get away from the work that I actually have to do. But you know, this is vlogging, this is kind of work. Anyway, I am really excited to get out and I'm going to be taking the dog with me. The poor dog has been having like 15 new builders like pop up every single day and wander through the house, and she has been so good. And yesterday I didn't have the energy to take her out, so today she's going to have a lovely run. Not a long one, but just a nice easy one in Lee Woods. Also, that brings me to this week's sponsor, who is Butternut Box. So I've been feeding Butternut Box to Tia for, oh god, over a year now, I think. And they deliver fresh food directly to your door. So it's actually fresh. It's not wet food, it's not raw food, it's fresh, cooked as though you had cooked it at home with, depending on what you get, fish, meat, vegetables, all sorts of different fresh ingredients that you can pronounce. None of the kind of nasty fillers that you get in quite a lot of other foods. It gives her a lot of energy, it allows her to keep calm whilst also then going on all the runs that I go on, and honestly, she has never looked healthier than since she's been on Butternut Box, and her lovely shiny coat is coming through for summer, and it just makes me feel so happy to be giving her something that I know is so good for her. So I have a discount code for Butternut Box, and that means that you can get 50% off your first 2 boxes by using the code TIA5050. You can thank Tia, not me. Honestly, I cannot recommend it more. Even if you just get those first 2 boxes, you will see the difference in your dog, plus they will love it. As soon as our box arrives, Tia like jumps in it. I swear to God, she actually jumps in it. She loves it. Thoroughly recommend. If our dog gets this excited for food, I know that your dog will as well. And she had some this morning, which means that she is raring to go for our run, which means I should probably take her out. So I'll see you out there. Just arrived in Lee Woods. I totally forgot my SD card at home, brought everything out with me, and then had to drive the whole way back home again. Honestly, you think I'd have learnt by now? I've only been doing this for like 8 years or something. Silly Flora. Anyway, finally I get to do my run. It is such a beautiful day today. Honestly, I'm so happy. I'm gonna let the dog off, let her do her thing. It's not too busy in the woods today. And yeah, get out all of the stress of the last week. So I've only done a couple of runs since Paris Marathon, which was a month ago yesterday, and I've really felt like I've needed that rest actually, not just physically but also psychologically. You know, marathon training is hard and it takes a lot of concerted effort, not just physically, but like making sure that you get out there every day and making sure that you balance all the other aspects of your life so that you're getting the most out of your marathon training. And doing 16, or in my case 17, 18 weeks of that is tiring. So yeah, I've just sort of been doing whatever feels good, getting back to the gym, going on hikes as you saw up in the Lake District, and generally having a good time. But I've done a couple of runs. Some have felt better than others, but it's definitely a case for me of just getting my body back used to moving again and just trying to do it for the sake of having fun rather than worrying about how far I'm going or where I'm going or my paces or anything like that. Yeah, just enjoyment for the sake of it. Who's a happy dog? Who's a happy digger? Go on then, off we go. Such a happy puppy. I'm always obsessed with this viewpoint. Clifton Observatory over there, and then the suspension bridge over there by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, and a lot of builders, I imagine. Amazing. Alrighty, let's go. my fatigue's been a little bit fatiguey recently, which is entirely unsurprising considering the amount of incredible stuff I've been doing in the last month. I mean, I had Paris Marathon, then I had this huge photo shoot, then I had, maybe this way, and then I had Coachella, and then I had a huge amount of work on as well that I've been putting off since before the marathon, and all the building works going on at the same time. Oh, it's just been chaotic, non-stop, in a lovely way, because before Christmas I was worrying that I was like never gonna get work again, and that sounds so dramatic, but that's freelance life for you. It's kind of like, if you don't push it, if you don't go out there and find your work, then you're not gonna get it, you're not gonna get paid. And I was turning down work last year because I was ill and incapable of, you know, taking on any extra stuff than the kind of long-term ambassadorships I've already got. And then before Christmas I was like, oh my god, I really have no work, which, you know, around Christmas is so unideal. And then this year I just started saying yes to everything. No, Tia, it's not for you. Come on, here. Just started saying yes to everything, and loads of things have come my way, and it's amazing. That is why I've been so busy, but it's also why it's very unsurprising that my fatigue has sort of, you know, reared its ugly head, as they say. And then I get people asking like, why don't you just like do nothing? Why don't you just rest? And the problem is that A, I don't get paid if I rest. You know, there are only so many jobs I can do sitting at a desk, and also with fatigue my brain doesn't work. I get really bad brain fog, which means actually I really can't do anything. So sometimes actually being out and doing something like this, you know, going for a run and whatever, is easier on me than sitting down and trying to write a 1,000-word article with loads of, you know, research and everything in it. So there's that, and then there's also that I don't get sick leave, you know, again, freelance life, so I sort of have to take work. I took quite a few months off last year, but I can't do that forever. And also, at the end of the day, sometimes you also have to do what you love. And with fatigue, with EBV, there is a large element of like, how happy are you? Because if you feel miserable, it's actually really hard to also feel energetic. You know, I rarely feel energetic and miserable. So a lot of my energy comes from being positive, and I can only often feel positive if I've got out and about and I'm doing things like this. So, you know, it's a real balancing act, and I'm not saying I always get it right, I definitely don't. But it's not as simple as, oh, just stay in bed for a bit and take some bed rest. There is a lot of balancing what is good for my body, what is good for my mind, and what is good for my wallet. But that's just life, you know? It might be a bit more complicated at the moment, but everyone has that at some stage in their life, don't they? So, yeah. Woohoo! The mud's still not gone then. So that's why I'm out here and having a good time. It's Zumi's time! Mad dogs! Do you ever worry they're gonna run into a tree?
Yeah, you wonder how they don't, but they...
Tia has run into trees before.
He's walked into lampposts before.
Yeah.
Behind him.
Yes, yeah, same as Tia. Tia, what the hell is going on? She thinks she's a cat. Baby? Yeah. She's hunting squirrels. I love seeing Tia this happy. I feel kind of guilty that at the end of the day she's kind of a city dog, really, and she's supposed to just get all her energy out in our local parks, and that's never going to work for her. It doesn't work for me. I don't see why it should work for her. I need nature and she needs nature, which, like I said at the beginning, is one of the reasons I love Bristol so much. It is so good for wildlife. Wow, wow, they're coppicing everywhere in the woods here. I've got to say, it looks pretty brutal. I know coppicing is one of the best ways to manage trees, but when the woodland no longer looks like a woodland, it's quite scary. But this is all run by Forestry England, who obviously, for the most part, have the tree's best nature at heart. And they do seem to do a really good job of managing the forest because they look gorgeous. And there we go, back into the wooded section again. We're back to taking walking breaks up this big hill. Oh, I was so enjoying being fit again, or at least relatively fit, you know. But it's funny how quickly it seems to go, but a lot of it isn't actually fitness, it's more like neuromuscular. So then actually just consistency will get you back. But like I said, I've not been running much recently, so no consistency here, except in the gym, and I definitely am stronger than I was a couple of weeks ago. And again, probably just neuromuscular rather than actual strength, but I'm taking it. Taking the wins where they come. Getting to towards the sort of temperature where I actually won't be able to take Tia for runs anymore. Around above 18 degrees it starts to get a little bit more dangerous because dogs overheat a lot easier than humans because they don't really sweat and they have to pant out all their heat, and obviously that minimises the amount of heat they can actually lose. And I don't think Tia's got her summer coat quite yet. I know that she's molting a hell of a lot at the moment, but that's why, another reason why we're keeping it really nice and slow, steady, lots of water breaks, keeping it in the woods as well, which is obviously a lot cooler, and yeah, lots of stopping, which is also very useful for me, coincidentally. If you're also coming back to running after a period of time off, my top tip would be lower your expectations, but also just be kind to yourself, because it takes time for our bodies to get back into the swing of things, and what you may have found really easy last time you were running will likely not be the same as what you find easy now, and trying to get back too quickly is recipe for disaster. Either injuries or burnout or just little niggles or just kind of not really enjoying it, which for me is as bad as any of the other things. Since I do running for fun, it's gotta stay fun. So yeah, for me, like I could do 8k pure running around here and I'd probably enjoy it, but then I probably wouldn't be able to run for another week. So instead what I'm doing is around 5-6k of run walking at a leisurely pace and trying just to enjoy myself, taking the views and the sights, the sounds and the smells. It smells amazing in here at the moment. That kind of fresh spring smell that probably if I was trying to run really hard, I wouldn't actually be sort of acknowledging. So yeah, try and just take it easy if you're just coming back to running or even the gym or whatever after some time out. Just be kind to your body and it'll be kind to you back. At least that's what I'm hoping. Isn't it beautiful? And that is my run done. What a beautiful day to be out, honestly. Best feeling ever. It's a very hot and tired dog. She was amazing. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Very good puppy. I was less good, but enjoyed it probably about the same amount. And yeah, just under 6 kilometers done and about to head back home now to have some lunch, very much needed. That is it for this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed running around the woods with me and Tia, and don't forget, of course, that if you have a dog, get some of that butternut box. It is so good. I wouldn't be working with them if I didn't think it was good. I wouldn't have fed it to Tia for the last few years if I didn't think it was great. So thoroughly recommend. Don't forget to use the code TIA5050 for 50% off your first 2 boxes as well. Also, I have some very cool interviews coming up, but there's going to be a bit of a break between the 4 that I've already done and the next 4. But if you have any suggestions of who you would like me to interview, please do let me know in the comments below. I do these interviews partly for myself, but also mostly for you guys. So if there is anyone that you would like to hear from, obviously Jasmine Paris, she's already on my list, I just need to get hold of her, then yeah, that would be incredible, and hopefully I'll be able to do that for you. So just let me know who you would like to see on the channel, and I will have a go at finding out where they live and interviewing them. That is it for this week's vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and obviously also subscribe. And that is it from me and Tia. Say goodbye, baby. I will see you next time. Bye.